All right, here's my big attempt at making my Hamza video to get the views up, right? Nah, I'm just playing, but there's a song called Idols Become Rivals. I don't know if you guys ever heard it by Rick Ross, but basically he's just talking about how like this dude he idolized in the industry kind of screwed him over and now he's got to take his disses out. And this feels like my Idols Become Rivals moment, man, because Hamza's a huge inspiration to me. A big motivational factor on my journey. But, I don't agree with everything he says, and there's always been this one point that he made in this one video that I always kind of had an issue with. So here we go. He has this video where he talks about not chasing women, right? And basically the idea of the video is ignore women and just focus on yourself, right? Focus on your self-improvement journey, going monk mode and just locking in, whether it's 4 months, 6 months, a year, however long it has to be. And then by just working on yourself, the women come to you. And don't get me wrong, guys, this isn't me saying like chase women, right? Because you'll never hear those words come out of my mouth. At the end of the day, your self-improvement and you are the most important thing. So I'm not telling you like chase women by any means, but this idea, and it's not just Hamza that says that, honestly, it's a lot of guys in self-improvement that kind of just have this mindset of like, oh, let the girls come to you. Like, once you build that better version of yourself, they're all just going to kind of come around. And it's like, to a degree, that's true, yeah, but like, to get the girls you really want, man, the game is the game. And that's kind of the point I'm trying to make in this video. Like, basically getting girls and just even talking to women and all that, it's a game, you know what I mean? It's called a game for a reason because it requires skill, just like anything, right? Playing basketball requires skill, you know what I mean? If I play basketball, 5 days a week, 4 days a week for 4 months, and you don't play basketball at all for 4 months, and then we go outside and play 1v1, who you think's gonna win that game? You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with the game, with talking to girls, right? Like, it's really a skill. And if you don't get that yet, you need to get that in your head, right? It's a certain skill. You got to talk a certain way. And I'm not saying don't be yourself, right? Because at the end of the day, you got to be yourself. And this video isn't a video about the game. This is just kind of to all you guys who have this idea of like, oh, I'm just going to go monk mode for these next 4 months, like put my head down and do me and not even think about women. Well, there's other dudes out there who are going to the gym as well and meditating and building themselves up. They're putting that time for themselves first. Yeah, but, if they work hard for 6 days a week all on themselves and then, Saturday comes around and they work hard for 7 hours, all self-improvement, taking care of themselves, and then, it's 7 o'clock on a Saturday night and your boys want to go out, you know what I mean? Go out and try to meet girls or do whatever it is they're trying to do. And you think to yourself like, nah, I'm in monk mode, right? Or I'm just working on myself. I can't be out there doing that. It's like, you're missing valuable time to put in some skill, to build up your game. And that is self-improvement. Like, learning the game with chicks, that is self-improvement. So I don't think you should fade that. You know what I mean? Don't make it your number one priority, right? Always keep yourself as number one. But I don't like the advice of like, let it come to you. That's just, I just feel like you're just not gonna have that skill. So what's gonna happen? 6 months are gonna go by, right? And now you're gonna have like a nice six pack and looking all good and whatnot. And then you're gonna go out thinking like, all right, this is the big moment. And then like you're gonna see the girl you really want, and you're like, she gonna come to me, she gonna come to me. And then like an hour goes by, and she doesn't come to you, and you're like, all right, you know what I mean? Just gotta get comfortable. You're doing your and then 2 hours go, and then 3 hours go by. You know what I mean? And then you see, some other dude talking with her, getting with her, and then it hits you. You're like, man, I just put in all this work, 6 months. I ain't talked to a girl, and now look at this. I don't even know what to go say to her. So you don't want that to happen, right? Because then you're gonna like resent everything you've done over those past 6 months. You're gonna be like, man, getting this body wasn't even worth it, And you don't want to feel that way because it is worth it. Like, the work you're doing on yourself, it does matter, but I just don't like that advice, you know what I mean? The game is the game, and I think while you're building yourself up and you're working on all these other areas, you gotta start working on your game too, man. Don't be afraid to go out there once a week, twice a week with some buddies and just practice, right? Don't take it so serious. Like, again, keep your priorities straight. As far as the list goes, like chicks should be, you know, towards the bottom of that list, maybe even less. It's not that important, and that's not what I'm trying to say with this video. But what I am trying to say is just ignoring them and just being, again, monk mode, right? Like, I just don't like that term, monk mode. I think that's for, like, very few guys truly need a deep monk mode like that, where they're just completely off the grid. Like, 90% of you aren't going to be down that bad, all right? So that's my take on it. But much love to Hamza. You know, if he sees this video, I appreciate, you know, all the content you put out, man, and I've learned a lot from you. So keep doing your thing, and yeah, I'll see you at the top, bro. Peace.